Hello, I'm Rodney Robinson, and today I'd like to talk to you about pendulum healing, or more specifically the use of pendulum decrees. I do have a pendulum group on Facebook called Pendulum, Dowsing and Energy Balancing. Please feel free to join it if you haven't already. Some of the members wanted me to do a demonstration about a post that I'd recently written on banishing the spirit of disease. So I'm going to do that now. Before I do, I'm going to talk a little bit about the pendulums, because when you're using pendulums for healing, it is very important. It becomes very important about which type of pendulum you to use. Generally, wood or brass are okay. There are other materials. I like to use gold-plated brass. It looks very nice because it doesn't tarnish. And also, gold itself is a high vibrational material. Now, the reason why you don't want to use a crystal pendulum, that's one you can see through, like amethyst, citrine, quartz. They're very good at storing energy, subtle energy, and there is the potential that whatever that is absorbed can be transmitted into your biofield. So don't use those for healing. And try and obtain a pendulum from a good source like barge pendulums, because then you're getting a good high vibrational pendulum, and you'll get the data on it too, about the kind of energies that it passively emits. Okay, now we're going to run down the psychic protection protocol to begin with. You'll find this in the file section of the group. It was written by one of our group experts and kindly uploaded to the group. It's very useful text, so print it out if you haven't got it. Please feel free to follow along with me during this procedure if you want to get your pendulum ready. And we're going to use the psychic protection protocol in the positive motion of the pendulum, the positive or clockwise swing of the pendulum. I like to use the adage, and I advise beginners to remember this. If in doubt, use the positive swing for doing pendulum alchemy manifestation or healing. So we'll do that now. Dear Divine Source, Mother Earth, Sun and Moon, I surrender this healing to you. I pray and ask that everything that I say and do be for my highest good, the highest good of all concerned and the highest good of all. I am now with my entire being fully grounded into the epicenter of the Divine Mother Earth. And I absorb the high vibrational earth energy carrying the vibration of abundance, love, joy, happiness, optimum health and fitness, safety, protection and bliss into my being now. I am now with my entire being fully grounded into the epicenter of the Divine Source. And I absorb the high vibrational cosmic energy carrying the absolute vibration of neutrality, integrity, humility, immortality, clarity, focus, and serenity into my being. I allow the earth and cosmic energies to activate and recharge my entire self, to bring balance on all aspects and levels of my being. Now notice each time that I stated a decree, I waited for the pendulum to move from gyration to oscillation before I move on to the next decree. Okay, we're going to do 3 now that are very good preparation for any kind of further healing decrees that you may want to use. Raise my vitality, will to live, my ability and willingness to receive healing to the maximum now. Send winter grey energy to any trauma, resistance, blockages, inhibitions, or any stagnant energy that I may have that would impinge this healing. raise my consciousness, awareness, vibrational frequency to the maximum now. Okay. Now, we're going to now do some of the banishing decrees that I spoke about in my post. So I'm going to change to a pendulum that I like to use for banishing energies. It's this Benedictus pendulum that I got from Barge. It's a sort of pendulum representation of the medallion or the St. Benedict's medal. Okay, it has the cross of St. Benedict on the other side, and it has the letters of St. Benedict's prayer on it, and these are reproduced on the underside of the disc. And the chamber here contains frankincense resin, so it raises its vibrational frequency even further. But you can use any high vibrational pendulum, it really doesn't matter. This is just my preference to use this. And because this is clear banishing, we're going to use the negative or anti-clockwise gyration. I now banish and neutralize the pain body from all levels of my being, for my highest good and the highest good of all concerned. As soon as it goes to and fro, you can move on. I'm going to do the same now for the diseased body. I now banish and neutralize the diseased body from all levels of my being, for my highest good and the highest good of all concerned. Right. I'm going to use a third one now. Deactivate and scramble the frequency of the spirit of disease in order to prevent it from ever reproducing itself. There we go. Now, having taken what you don't want out of your biofield, you can now put positive energy into your biofield. So I'm going to use another pendulum. I can't remember the first one I used, but here's another nice one that's in gold-plated brass from Barge. It's called a Hathor pendulum. So now I'm going to say some positive decrees. So we swing this in the positive direction. My body is now aligned with perfect health. To begin with, you may want to use the term perfect healing and then move on to perfect health after you've got some results. Okay, and you can use any other kind of positive decree that you want to. Here's another good one that I like to use. I now experience the blessing of perfect health, vitality, and well-being. So that's the banishing procedure done. You've taken out what you don't want. You've taken out the spirit or the body of disease and illness and pain, and you've put in the positive aspects of vitality, health, and well-being. Of course, you can use any number of decrees after that. You can be more specific to different organs and functions of the body. Here's an obvious one. My immune system is healthy and strong. It's always a good one to give your immune system a little bit of a boost. Okay. And you can remove trauma, so we can say neutralize trauma. This is useful if you've, very often after a traumatic event like an injury or an accident of some description, it can go on to weaken the body and cause further problems. So trauma can be removed, whether it be, some traumatic event that you just had, or it may go back, and it may be the case that following a particular accident or something that's happened, that your health has not been right. So it's good to get rid of that, banish that energy. And you can use that with the banishing decrees as well. You can banish the spirit of trauma, of course, or anything that's bothering you. Banish the spirit of addiction. If you have addiction problems, banish that spirit and use that. That's the beauty of pendulum healing. It's very versatile. And of course, we're not making any medical claims here. We're basically talking about giving our bodies the very best chance, bringing in life force energy so that our bodies are most capable of doing whatever healing they need to do. We've got a few minutes left, so let's have a look at a few more decrees. I have some here that are more focused on the digestive system, which is quite useful because we all have imbalances in our digestive system. At different times we may have overindulged, or take a little bit too much alcoholic beverage, or overeaten, or maybe eaten the wrong sorts of foods, and these can all cause a little bit of an upset. And if you need to, it's always useful to turn to some degrees if they can be sorted out just quite easily, if that's possible. So we can change the energy of our stomach to blue-green. And we can do this for any digestive organ, because blue-green is the colour of health and optimum vitality. Okay, we can harmonise our digestive system with something that it has difficulty with, for instance, gluten. Lots of people find that a problem, so we can go harmonise gluten with the digestive system. I'm going to hurry things along by just stopping the pendulum movement. We can say, for example, send winter grey to something that you don't want. And something that we don't want in our digestive system is Helicobacter pylori, which is a bacteria. And it's associated with stomach ulcers, so we can send winter grey energy to Helicobacter pylori. And we can help our probiotics as well by balance and harmonise probiotic bacteria with perfect functioning of the digestive system. Okay, there's a good one for reflux, which is quite a common problem, especially as it's a problem perhaps more common in men, particularly with the aging process. So I've got a couple here. Send blue-green energy to the phrenoesophageal ligament. And this is a ligament that, as it weakens, becomes more prone to producing these symptoms. So we want to send blue-green energy to strengthen it and keep it in optimum functioning. Okay, balance neurotransmitters responsible for lower esophageal sphincter tone and relaxation. Because it's as those muscles, sphincter muscles in the gut become weaker, that reflux can more readily occur. Is there another one? Let's have a look. There's a general one here which is quite useful. I witness perfect absorption and assimilation of nutrients by the digestive system. Here we go. So I've come to the end of my video, and I hope that's been helpful, particularly with regard to the banishing aspect of disease that I covered and some of the other, what I consider essential elements of pendulum healing. Thank you for watching. If you've got any questions, please put them in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe and like my videos.